Yes, this is my first video blog going out to my family and friends on a consumer alert on big screen televisions. Um, I've been a long time technology buff. I was involved in a class action lawsuit with Panasonic from a television I bought back in '01 on one of the first LCD televisions when DLP was coming out and plasma was way too expensive. I ended up getting two televisions out of the deal from the class action lawsuit, one from the manufacturer, and I got a television, a Sony from Best Buy on their extended warranty. So I have a little experience in this arena, and I'm just here to share with you what pitfalls and beware, what to watch for, and where we're at with this technology and why it's still happening today. The televisions, you got CRT, cathode ray tubes, LCD, DLP, plasma, and now the new LED LCDs. They've been pushing these televisions on us as consumers in the upwards of $2,000 to $3,000. Prices came down considerably because of all the lawsuits. I was a winner. I came out on the high end of the class action lawsuit with Panasonic. I have a 50-inch plasma in my bedroom. I got a 60-inch Sony, compliments of the lawsuit. In my opinion, either you go with the old CRTs, which is what I'm getting up to. Plasma is really the only one that I haven't had a problem with. Sony lawsuits, Hitachi lawsuits, Panasonic lawsuits. When my replacement television finally came in, I missed the Colts' only Super Bowl because my tube went out for the third time in 12 months. My bulb went out on my Panasonic. That was what the lawsuit was about. I was replaced from Best Buy with a Sony Grand Vega LED TV, and I probably had it within a year. I went ahead and bought the extended warranty on it as well, and it's been repaired. And the light engine, which is what disperses the light, went out on the Sony. It's just been an absolute nightmare, not just for me, but for lots of consumers. And this experience has led me, to this weekend. My wife needed a television. I did some research, and I'm going to share with you as I pulled away from the business that I'm really trying to grow. Things are going well, by the way. But I went out and I was able to locate in the trash, for the most part. There's two televisions in the back that you'll notice. The one on the right over here, it's a standard CRT cathode ray tube big screen, and what they don't tell you when you buy them is there's a liquid. It's a glycol, like an antifreeze, but it's clear to cool those tubes. The wavelengths, there's three bulbs in there. Cyan, I'm sorry, that's printing terms. Blue, green, and red. The wavelengths of the blue is a lot shorter, so it will react, and the glycol will clog up and get dirty a lot faster. I picked that television up for next to nothing. Did a little research, bought an $8 bottle of glycol, and no, I'm not a TV repairman. I'm just not going to pay the high dollar prices anymore for a piece of equipment that won't last. So I decided to take matters into my own hands. And the picture when I got it was nowhere near that clear. It's now a repaired set. It was I used TVRepairKits.com. I bought an $8 bottle of glycol, basically, or I think they call it. Well, actually, I'll show you the bottle. It's in the trash can because we just finished that repair. They're calling it TV coolant. TV coolant. It's basically projection TV coolant, crystal clear, heat transfer. It's kind of like antifreeze, but $16 repair, worked like a charm. It's not high def, but they don't tell you when you buy the CRTs that that, especially with the wavelengths of the blue bulb, that it's going to, it needs to be done. Especially the blue is going to go first, then the green, because there's blue in it, and the red will last the longest. The TV next to that, it's actually a CRT as well, thankfully, and its problem, if you notice up here, it's a little bit of Googling, was it's what they call a convergence chip. So the bulbs can't converge because the TV that I just repaired for next to nothing for $16 on the right, that's not high def, you have to manually converge it, line the bulbs up. Well, Hitachi on the other television, and by the way, I picked that one up for free today, this morning. Actually, the guy was wanting to get rid of it. He wanted $175. I said, I told him it was his light engine because I thought it was an LED, but it wasn't. It's actually a CRT. And when I told him it's a $400 engine, he responded back, and I had the email up there actually attached to the top of the television. He responded back and says, well, I want it out of here. It'll be sitting at the trash dumpster at, whatever location. And I thought, hell, for free, I'll go over and just see, because I'm not a television repairman. So we picked it up, did a little research, and I found out that it was not an LED, but it is high def. They got away from the DLPs, digital light processing. But the good thing is it's just a set of convergence chips. And as I was saying, with that model, it's a nice model. It'll automatically converge itself. And the chips went out. And I was able to find with a video to install, which is on the way, for $68. Television was free. $2,700 television 5 years ago. And that one's going to be repaired. Am I a television repairman? No. I'm actually into the printing business, as you notice. My business, I'm trying to really push. I'm not really trying to get into big screen repair. That's why I'm trying to warn you, family members and friends, of what not to buy. LEDs, LCDs. LED LCDs is nothing more than the light that drives the LCD engine. The problem and the lawsuits have stemmed from, for the most part, the engines. The Hitachis have lawsuits, civil suits against them, class action lawsuits for their engine. Sony has. I was involved in a Panasonic, and in that case, it was actually the ballast and the lamps, which is a rarity. So when you hear the term LED, LCD, yeah, it might help cover the Panasonic lawsuit because it was the lamp that was going bad, and we all know what LEDs are. But the majority of the problems with these televisions are the engines that distribute the light to 3 mirrors. In these CRTs, they use 3 bulbs, and they converge it together to display a picture. With the DLPs, it uses a color wheel. It's still similar to LCD, which uses 3 mirrors. But at the end of the day, it's the engine that distributes the light that they're having major problems with. That's not being solved by any major manufacturers. So these televisions are like a big lighter, they're throwaways. Think long and hard before you go out and spend your hard-earned money, especially in the upwards of, like a lot of people have. For the one that I just got there with the little rainbow that I will be fixing for $70, and they left it at the trash dumpster. Thankfully I didn't do this battle enough, with lawsuits, and I have an awareness. But you as a consumer, and as a family member, and as a friend, just really think long and hard. And after all this stuff that I've been through, 1080i, 1080p, interlaced, progressive, all you need is 720p to really be happy. For a good quality image. I'm displaying this over YouTube here on a high definition webcam, so I understand graphics. But for the money, I mean, it's too many consumers today have went out and spent $3,000, for something that's only going to last them, 4 years at best, 3, and you divide that, 3 years times $3,000, that's a lot of money, $1,000 a year, it's just not worth it. In my opinion, the best bang for your buck right now, and they're not rare commodities because you can find them in the trash dumpster, because I just did, but the CRTs, the Kathio Rio tube rear projection that will produce the high definition image that we all feel we need to have, but they are the ones that it's most cost effective to get the parts and to replace and repair yourself. And even a local repairman is going to save you money. These light engines, when they go out, they were as high as $1,100 for the engine. Now you can get them for as cheap as $400. Because it's based on your $3,000 investment. But they've had so many problems, the major manufacturers. That's why the prices of these sets are coming down, because they're becoming throwaways. So just think about that. None of the major manufacturers have solved these problems with the light engines. It's great technology. I'm a technology person. I love it. I can't tell you how many of them, and I'll continue to buy them. And I'll continue to make you aware of what I find. But really think about, before you go buy that extra little widget or extra little, whatever benefit that they try to sell with the television, get underneath the hood, and it's an LCD, and it's a plasma. LED LCDs is replacing LCDs, but it's still the same engine, and that's where the problem lies. You hear a lot of negative talk about plasmas, and I personally can't say that because I've had a plasma, and out of all these technologies, it's been the one that has not failed me, because it's a liquid. It's plasma. There's no bulbs. There's the burnout. There's no, I've had massive bad experience. Anything containing a bulb with LCD or LED or DLP. The Kathio Rio tube televisions, I've had pretty good luck with them. And if you're lucky enough to find one that'll display high def, it's going to be the cheapest option for you to repair if you plan on getting 10 years out of your set. If you want to go ahead and spend even $1,200 to $1,500 on the latest and the greatest, then LCD TV, plasma TV, then you're taking a chance. You're taking a chance that, 4 years at best. So do the math. If you can afford $300 every single year just to throw away, like leasing a car, then go for it. And that's a cheap price, because it was $1,000 a year several years ago. And the price isn't down now because the technology's gotten that much better. The prices came down because of the lawsuits, because they haven't got these engines right. And as I've said, I have good luck with plasma. But if it does have a problem, it's not a quick fix. It's not something you can swap this out or swap that out. So the closest thing you're going to get to the old style television, where you can, like my family were TV repairmen. Uncle Calvin, Danny, my love's out to you. We made a joke tonight because I'm not a TV repairman, but we did it. We figured it out. We fixed this one. We got that one figured out. His name's Devin. My name's Chris. Danny clear? I was teasing with my friends, and we're DNC TV, Devin and Chris. We did it, but we're not in the business to do TV repair. I'm just trying to warn you as friends, family, and consumers, what to watch for. And I figured this out because I just felt like you guys need to know this. Don't go spend a lot of money. Love you guys, and I'm out. Be color progressive.